Hello friends, you are again with Richie Jen. Welcome to my channel to learn German for free. Today in this video we are going to discuss the cases in German language. As we have already learned the articles, you already know that the articles in German language are very important. Why? Because the entire German language grammar is based on articles. And these articles change their form with different cases. So it is also very important to understand and to learn the different cases in German. Before going ahead, let me ask you one question. Have you subscribed my channel yet? If not, please do consider to subscribe it. And do watch the video till end. This video may be a little bit too long, but still it is very important to understand the concept, and that is why it is important to watch this video till end. I have tried to make it as simple as possible, but still if you have any confusion, please do write in the comment section. So on the screen you can see few words: dative, accusative, nominative. These are the three important cases in German. We are going to discuss all four cases in this video with example. So, are you ready? Let's go ahead. Before I start the video, I would like to share an important piece of information with all of you. In case you want to download the notes of this video, you just need to click the link given in the description section. In this way, the notes will be handy to you. Before going further, let's first understand what is the meaning of a case in German language and in English also. In English we call it the case, and in German we call it der Kasus. I have tried to explain it in very simple language, very simple words, so that everyone can understand it and can try to learn these cases in German language. So let's start. We can define a case in simple words as an inflection or a change of a word depending on what is its function in the sentence. Let me repeat it for you once again. We can define a case in simple words as an inflection or a change of a word depending on what is its function in the sentence. Do not worry if you are not getting it right now, but you will definitely understand it after completing this video. Okay, so do not worry. In German we call it der Kasus. In plural form it is the Kasus. We also call it the Fehler. Cases basically show or express the relationship between the noun or the pronoun and the other words in a sentence. This point is very important to understand what is the meaning of a case in language. So they show actually the cases they show the relationship between a noun and the other words in a sentence, or a pronoun. If there is no noun in the sentence, then the pronoun and the other words in a sentence. So it helps us actually to understand the cases. In English, we do not study much about the cases except the genitive, that is possessive relation. It is shown by an apostrophe like this in the example, Maya's car. The car belongs to Maya. So the relationship is shown by this apostrophe. There are four cases in German language. So please do watch this video till end, and there is a test at the end of this video which you need to solve, and you can find the answers in the last sheet. So do not miss that. That will be a check for you whether you have understood this entire concept or not. Okay, so all the best and let's go ahead. Cases in German. The first case here is nominative. In English, we call it nominative, and it is the subject case in the sentence. You will understand it, do not worry. The second case we have in German is accusative. In English, we call it accusative, and it is related to direct object in the sentence or motion. That also we will understand by examples later on. The third case we have here is dative. In English we call it dative, and it is related to indirect object in the sentence or the location thing. The fourth case we have here is genitive. In German, genitive in English, and it is related to the possession. That you must be knowing that. We are going to understand that as well. Let's go ahead. Let's see the first case, nominative. English, nominative. This is the first case in German. It tells us about the subject in the sentence. The subject who is doing the action. Very simple to understand to get this case correct. It can be a person or a thing. The subject can be a person or a thing who is doing the action. Question words for nominative case are where and was, not was, was. Where stands for who and was is for what. So these two questions you can ask for a nominative case. Few verbs like sein, werden and bleiben are followed by nominative nouns, though they are not at subject's place. That also we are going to learn. So when we do have these three verbs, these are nominative case verbs. So the subject's place may change. Let's go ahead. Nominative articles. Now it's very important. Let's see this table. Here, bestimmter Artikel, unbestimmter Artikel, Negationsartikel. In English we call it definite article, indefinite articles and negative articles. So masculine, der, unbestimmter ein, Negations kein. Feminin, die, unbestimmter eine, Negations keine. Neutral or neutrum, das, unbestimmter ein, Negations kein. Plural, die, Negations keine. So this is the base table of the articles in German language, and it is actually necessary to learn this table by heart, because if you know this table correctly, you can go to the different cases and you can change the articles as per the requirement. But if you do not know or you do not learn this table, then it will be very difficult for you to go ahead. That is why again I am telling you, please do learn this table by heart. Then it will become really easy for you to jump on the second, third and fourth cases. Okay. I have given a comparative table later on, but this is the base table which all of you can learn. Let's go ahead. Let's see few examples. Die Beispiele. The weather is pleasant. Das Wetter ist angenehm. Here, the blue word, das Wetter, that is the subject. The kid goes to school. Das Kind geht in die Schule. Das Kind geht in die Schule. Here you can see das Wetter and das Kind both are nominative. The subject takes the nominative case, as I told you. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the second case in German language, that is accusative, in English accusative. This is the second case in German language. It tells us about the direct object in the sentence and the object upon which the action is done. This description is very important to understand. It tells us about the direct object in the sentence, the object upon which the action is done. Usually in a sentence there is a subject, a verb and object. So the subject does some action and the action is being done on an object. So that is direct object. It can be a person or a thing, just like nominative. Question words for accusative case are when, which means who or whom, and was, that is what. Accusative case is also applicable with accusative verbs and accusative prepositions. I have included the list of accusative prepositions in this video, so you can refer that list to understand it better. And for accusative verbs, you can also watch my other videos, which is based on accusative verbs. So here I have given different colors to some words which are very important to remember in this explanation. That will help you to remember it, to memorize it well. Let's go ahead. Let's see the table of accusative articles. Just like the nominative, with a slight difference, that is we need to remember. And for your convenience to memorize it, I have used different colors, and that's very good way to learn the articles. Like for example, for masculine, I have used blue color. For feminine, I have used red, and for neutrum, I have used green color. That will help you to remember, to memorize it very quickly. So let's see what change we do have here. In nominative, we had their, ein und kein. Here we have den instead of their. Unbestimmter Artikel, einen, Negationsartikel, keinen. That is definite article, indefinite article and negative article. Feminine, die, eine, keine. Same, just like nominative. Neutrum, das, ein, kein. Plural, die, keine, Negationsartikel. So, the rest of the articles are same except the masculine, which becomes den. Let's go ahead. Beispiele. Let's see few examples. The Beispiele. He is buying a bread. Kauft ein Brot. Here, ein Brot is the direct object in this sentence. So that takes the accusative case. Who is buying? Er kauft ein Brot. Clear? Let's go ahead. I eat an apple. Ich esse einen Apfel. What do I eat? An apple. So that is the direct object in this sentence. So that is why this blue colored words, they take the case of accusative. And that is why we have used the article in accusative form or accusative form. Let's take one more example. The water is for the dog. Das Wasser ist für den Hund. Here in this example we have used a preposition für, which is purely accusative preposition. Accusative preposition, that is purely accusative preposition. And after this preposition, no matter where it is, whether that is direct object or not, it will take the accusative case. So the article or the word which will come afterwards will take the article from accusative case. So that is why I have written here den Hund. Hund, the article for Hund is der Hund, masculine. That is why here we are using für den Hund. I hope this explanation is helping you to understand the accusative case. You need to have, in the first condition, you need to have a direct object in the sentence. Then that direct object takes the case of accusative. Second one, if there is a preposition from accusative category, then definitely the noun which will come after the preposition will take the accusative case. And the third one, if the verb is accusative verb, which we have already discussed that in other videos. So if the verb is accusative, then also it will take the case of accusative. Let's go ahead. Now the next and case is dative. In English, dative. This is the third case in German. It tells us about the indirect object. Do remember, guys. In the second one, we were talking about the direct object in the sentence. Here we are talking about the indirect object in the sentence. The object who receives or gets something. Here, you should make it very clear. The object who receives or gets something. You will understand this concept by the example, so do not worry. But you need to remember, when there is an indirect object in the sentence, it can take the case of dative. The indirect object is usually a person. I am again repeating, it is usually a person, not always. It is usually a person. Question words for dative case are vem and was. Again, vem is who or whom, and was is what. So these two words are used to ask questions related to dative case. Dative case is also applicable with dative verbs and dative prepositions. I have also included a list of dative prepositions in this video. So you can refer that, and in that case you can understand it how to apply the dative case. I hope this explanation is helping you to understand this third case in German language, and I have changed the color of few words in this explanation just to help you understand it better and quickly. Let's go ahead. Dative articles. Now time to learn the articles. Here again we have the same table, but there is a slight change in the articles. Bestimmter, unbestimmter, Negationsartikel. Definite article, indefinite article, negative article. So in masculine we are here again have them. We have changed from nominative, accusative, und dative. Nominative, their, accusative, den, now dative, them. So do remember the change. It all changed from the base table. So you need to learn the base table. That is why it is very important. So here, them, einem, keinem. Feminine, their, einer, keiner. Neutrum, dem, einem, keinem. Plural, den plus n. Now you must be wondering, what does that mean? Okay, let me explain it to you. Den is the article which will come before the noun, and this n plus n. This n will go at the end of that word, the noun. For example, mit den Kindern. Kinder is the word for plural word for das Kind. When you are using the Kinder plural word in the sentence, then it will become along with the preposition which is mit, dative, mit den Kindern. So that n will go at the end of the noun. That is how we will use it. We'll see few examples to understand this. Okay. And in Negationsartikel also you have to add that extra n. And this extra n is not added in with all the nouns. There are some exceptions where you need to follow other rules. Okay. So them, their, them, then plus n. That is how we will form the table, and the same thing is being followed by unbestimmter Artikel, Negationsartikel. I hope this table is also clear to you. I have made it a little bit colorful, and whatever change is happening from the base table, so I have changed that color to white, just to help you understand what is the difference between these tables. Let's see few examples. The Beispiele. I give the pen to him. That is how we will translate it in German. Ich gebe ihm den Kuli. Ich gebe ihm den Kuli. What do I give to him? Den Kuli. So den Kuli here is the direct object, and that is why it takes the accusative case. Now we are talking about dative. So dative will come with the indirect object. And in this sentence, the indirect object or the receiver of the action is ihm. That is him. So this ihm word is dative personal pronoun. I hope this one is clear. That is the indirect object, and the position is also very important. When you have two objects in a sentence, one is direct, one is indirect. So you have to put, usually you put the indirect object first, who is a person, and the direct object, that is a noun, which goes afterwards. If both are in pronoun position, then you have to keep the accusative pronoun first and the dative pronoun will go later on. That also you will study later on, so do not worry about that. Just for now, understand this one. Ich gebe ihm den Kuli. Here the indirect object is him. That is in German ihm, and that takes the case of dative. Let's see one more example. He gifts the men a car. Schenkt dem Mann ein Auto. Schenkt dem Mann ein Auto. Here, dem Mann, that is the indirect object. That is why it takes the case of dative. Who is receiving the benefit or who is receiving the action? Dem Mann. That is why dem Mann is dative. Indirect object who is receiving the action. Ein Auto, that is the object, direct object. What he gifts a car. So a car, that is a direct object, so that is why it takes the case of accusative, and that is why we have used the article ein Auto. Okay, let's go ahead. We will go to cinema with you. Now let's see how to translate it. Wir gehen mit dir ins Kino. Wir gehen mit dir ins Kino. Now here this mid-year, that's not an indirect object here because of the preposition mit, which is a purely dative preposition. That is why this is the case of dative, or it takes the case of dative. That is why we have written mid-year. Dear, that is you, with you. Okay. So with preposition, that is just wanted to explain the how it works with the preposition case. So that is why I have given this example with preposition. No matter where it is, not no direct indirect object here. Just the rule is if the preposition is purely dative, then definitely the word which will come later on will take the case of dative. That is why here mid-year is dative. Now, the fourth and the last case is genitive in English and genitive in German. This is the fourth case in German. It expresses the position. It is very simple. It expresses the position. It is used in the following cases: noun to noun construction, with specific verbs, with genitive prepositions, or with adjectives. So in these cases we use genitive. Question words for genitive case is wessen, just one, wessen, which means whose. So that's the only question word we do have, genitive. It's not at all complicated and we do not use it much in German language even, just for you will understand by the examples. So go ahead, let's see the table. Genitive articles, bestimmter Artikel, unbestimmter Artikel, Negationsartikel. Let's see masculine. Here, des Kulis, eines Kulis, keines Kulis. So here from nominative their, accusative den, dative them. Here in genitive we have des, and along with this you need to have extra s, need to add extra s to the noun which is coming afterwards. So that is how we use it. We are going to look the examples to understand it better. Just for now, des Kulis, eines Kulis, keines Kulis. Let's see the feminine, which is their, ur, einer, keiner. So in feminine, we do not add extra s or anything. Neutrum, des Buches, eines Buches, keines Buches. That is how we'll use it. Plural, their Dinger, keiner Dinger. Their Dinger, keiner, dinger. So this is the table of articles with genitive. Yeah. Let's see few examples to understand it better. Die Beispiele. He's driving his father's car. Er fährt das Auto seines Vaters. Now, I hope you have understood this. Seines Vaters, that takes the case of genitive. Because of rains, I can't come to work today. Wegen des Regens kann ich heute nicht zur Arbeit kommen. Wegen des Regens kann ich heute nicht zur Arbeit kommen. Here, this wegen, that is a genitive preposition, and after this preposition we have to use genitive article, or in English genitive. So here we have used this, and with the noun at the end s, extra s, because it is masculine. Okay, masculine und neutrum. For both the cases we need to use this kind of this, and for feminine we use their. So I hope these two examples are clear to you. In the first one, er fährt das Auto seines Vaters. So why we haven't used the bestimmte article here? We do have used, this is the possessive article. So here we wanted to say his father's car. That is why we have used possessive article or possessive pronoun. Seines Vaters. Let's go ahead. Now, this is very important table here. I am giving you comparative table of articles in different cases at a glance, so that you can compare different cases in German along with the articles. Here we do have nominative, nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. In English we call it nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive. So here we have the articles for masculine. What change is happening you can see here. Their in nominative, accusative, then, dative, them, and genitive, this. Their, then, them, this. Feminine, the, their. Neutrum, das, them, this. Plural, the, then plus n, their. That is a comparative table. I have given just bestimmte article table. For here you can make your own table for unbestimmte article and Negationsartikel. They will follow the same rules. It's easy to understand and easy to remember. Let's go ahead. Accusative prepositions. Here is the list of accusative prepositions which will help you to understand and to use it correctly. Für in English, for, which means at, by, around, after, about, durch, through or by, ohne, without, gegen, against, bis, till, until, to, up to. So these are the meanings of these prepositions. These prepositions are purely accusative and it cannot take any other case apart from or except accusative case. So do learn that by heart. I have given you a special word in my video which is based on accusative prepositions, and that word is fudoge. Do remember that word. That will help you to memorize these accusative prepositions quickly. Let's go ahead. Here we do have a list of prepositions in dative case. Mit, which means with, against, by, außer, besides, out of, nach, to, at, for, after, behind. These are the different meanings in different contexts. By, at, near, with, among, to, or at. There are few more. Let's go ahead. Few more prepositions in dative. Ab, which means from, von, from or of, aus, from, out of, made of, seit, since, for, gegenüber, across, opposite. So these are the prepositions which are purely dative prepositions, and after these prepositions the word takes only the dative case. So you need to learn these prepositions also by heart, and if you want further information or details about these prepositions, you can check out my other video which is based on purely on dative prepositions. And there I have also given the tricks to remember these prepositions. Okay, so just for your reference I have given this list here. Genitive prepositions. Here is the list of the genitive prepositions: wegen, because of; trotz, in spite of, despite; innerhalb, which means inside or within; außerhalb, which means outside; während, which means during or while. So these are the prepositions which fall under the category of purely genitive. So whenever you see these prepositions in the sentence, then you need to put the noun with the article of genitive case. That's very clear. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, time for test. Let's see whether you have learned everything in this video or not. So I'm just reading the questions. You need to solve them all by yourself, and just let me know how good you did at this test. Ich gebe man Buch. Frau schenkt man ein Auto. Wegen Krankheit ist schwach. Macht mit Mitarbeitern Projekt. Wir helfen Studenten bei Hausaufgaben. So in these blanks you need to fill the correct article depending on which case they belong to. Sie schickt Großmutter Buch zum Geburtstag. Hat Computer repariert. Mara arbeitet an Computer Bruders. Hund sitzt auf Sofa. Kinder schenken Mutter Ring. Here I have given the answers for these questions. So once you complete the test, you can check out these answers whether you have done it correctly or not. And in case if you have any doubt, then please do let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching my video till end, and I am 100% sure that this video will help you a lot in understanding different cases in German language. Danke, and if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do consider to subscribe it. Do not forget to ring the bell for getting the notifications. Do share it with your friends who want to learn German. Thank you once again. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen, bis später.